Hello everyone, and welcome to the October 22nd, 2025 news video. It's been a long time since I've done a proper, huge news video, but here we are. There is just so much going on. First and foremost, let's start with the best news possible: miniature and box set releases. The most notable on this list is Battletech Gothic, a product and concept that I covered recently in my video addressing the same topic. Why is this news? Because we've got an approximate release date for it. It looks like this monster of a set is coming out this September. As an interesting insight, it's sold out at Gen Con, so there does seem to be some alternate history support from the community for a product like this. Also, it looks like they do expect demand to be strong enough to likely justify a single expansion set for it, which would be a reinforcement pack of abominations. This isn't 100% for sure yet, but it was talked about on Tuesday Newsday and during Gen Con by Lauren Coleman in the case of the former, and Randall Bills in the case of the latter. So, while it's not a slam dunk yet, it seems likely that these monsters will be receiving their own set before they move on to the next one, which will be robots and ray guns, which, as far as I know, is already being worked on. So, what could be as exciting, if not more exciting, than the Gothic release date? Well, awesomely, we're getting the approximate release date for Battletech Aces, The Scouring Sands 2. This is a set that's been very much in demand, not only for the mechs in the box, with things like the Thunderbolt 2 and Bane 3 making an appearance, but also because of the innovative, single-player, and cooperative rule set that will be coming with them. The initial rules are for Alpha Strike, though in the future there will be a classic update. I've played more than my fair share of Aces, and it's a very fun experience, and fundamentally changes the nature of how the game is played. I think cooperative is its strongest suit over single player, because sometimes you don't want to just sit down and fight your friends. Sometimes you want to fight alongside them to do a common goal. It is very much like a Left 4 Dead, but for tabletop. Anyway, I don't need to ramble further about this. I just need to tell you the release window, and that is that it is looking like a November release for this year. It may even have the drop time of being around or on Black Friday, but we'll see. I think this is the most exciting release of the year in my opinion, and I really mean it when I say it could create a whole new way to play the game, and it might even draw in a whole different crowd who can enjoy the game in a different way too. It's also a huge boon for those playing RPGs too. But I digress, because there are yet more releases on the horizon. The 4-Star League pack was at Gen Con, and will be coming out this year in Q4. It includes a Savage Wolf, I believe representing the most popular man in the history of Battletech, Alaric Ward. Then it's got an Excalibur, Peacekeeper, Malice, and Wendigo, as well as a Savior repair vehicle. This is the last of the Star League packs they opted to make for the 40th anniversary series. This is also going to be another September release it looks like, and I believe the Emplacement Force pack, which is a Battlefield add-on, will also be arriving in September as well. So what else is on the horizon? Oh, could it be yet more things? November looks like it'll be busy with more than just Aces, because 2 Karita boxes are dropping too. The Karita Ranger Lance is coming and will have a Chimera, Venom, Panther, and Avatar as one set. Then we're looking at the House Karita Command Lance, which will have a Grand Dragon, Shiro, Roku, and Akuma. So, not only do the Davians have their lance sets from earlier this year, now Karita has theirs, which is awesome. The 2 most popular houses are now covered both in terms of force manuals and force packs. For the finale of the miniature news, a Barnes & Noble's pack is coming too, in the form of the 21st Centauri Lancer's Command Lance, which has a Shockwave, Jadehawk, Shadowcat, and Stalker all on board. This one won't hit the regular retail chain though, as it is one of the Mercenaries Barnes & Noble exclusives. Usually these will show up in a regular supply chain, for those who can't get them through the retailer, around 6 to 12 months later. That's a ton of releases. There couldn't be more news though, could there? Oh god, there is more news. First of all, a remake of the original TRRO 3025 is coming, with up-to-date modern artwork, and almost all of the original text. 2025/3025 was the reasoning behind it. It's been made to look as much like the original as possible, and even includes new artwork for some vehicles, aerospace fighters, and unfortunately, and I mean this unironically, lambs. Still, it's going to be a great release. And this was already available at Gen Con for people to get advanced copies before the regular retail chain got them. I'm excited to get mine once it's out at retail, just to have the full remake fall into my hands. My own copy of 3025 has been long since annihilated, and so having a replacement like this is excellent. 3025 was an incredible TRO, and I really think it's one of the best, despite a few of its errors due to it being the first TRO and one of the earlier products. It's great to see them revisiting it on this somewhat anniversary. Apparently I've cursed the Battletech community though, as Lauren Coleman did point out that more romance novels are on the way too. I've been personally blamed by some angry corners of the internet for the first one coming into existence due to the shirtless Alaric artwork the channel was, coerced into making after we hit a member goal we weren't supposed to reach. Still, it's nice to know that the curse lives on. It's nice to know that so many people have enjoyed the book, and that they're looking to do more of them. By the way, I've sincerely signed several Hungry Like the Wolves at some people's requests, and that is terrifying to me. So, we're done on the book front, so thankfully we can... Oh, what's this? There's more? Oh no. Well, let's go over the quickest one first, which is that Shadow of Kerensky will be coming out this September. So we're like less than a month away from this expansion pack's release. But more importantly on the Mechwarrior front, Mechwarrior 5 Clans DLC sold well enough, at least for the moment, to justify more DLC content for the title. This is a huge relief to me, as I really enjoyed Mechwarrior 5 Clans. In fact, I enjoyed it much more than Mercenaries. Let's be clear, I'm just really over randomly generated content games. I understand why other people are into it by contrast. There is also likely to be more DLC that'll be coming for Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries as well, just to be clear. So both games will be getting DLC for a while, it seems. This is good news all around, and means that Mechwarrior may still have some life left in it on PC and console for a while. The DLC Flashstorm was great, by the way. If you have clans, sincerely check it out, it's awesome. Okay, now I must be done with the new... Damn it. There's still more news? Come on, man. Though to be fair, outside of me falsely complaining, I think this one's very cool. I wanted to cast a bit of a spotlight on things that are happening in the general community in the last part of the news today. First of all, Part 4 of Hired Steel drops today by TMC, which will be a big, flashy, exciting Battletech experience, I'm sure. It's definitely going to be worth people's while, and I'll have a link to it in the top pinned comment below. Go check it out as soon as you get a chance to. They definitely deserve the views. And finally, friend of the channel, Sven Vanderplank, has a big video dropping as well. And it'll be landing this Saturday. His particular video will be covering the Galator campaign from the Third Succession Wars. A clash between the Draconis Combine and Federated Sons? Hell yeah. Sven does great work. This is another one you'll want to check out, and I eagerly await its release too. Okay, finally. There is... more? Oh yes, I have some news for the channel itself. A gigantic mystery video is coming, sometime in October or November on the channel. It'll be dropping without any notice, but it is going to be one of the coolest videos I have ever made. It also has the most color artwork I have ever commissioned. I can't divulge what it is until it launches, but we're talking about a video that I think is going to do some incredibly fun things. Watch for it, friends. Watch and prepare yourselves for something the channel's not really done before. A true, proper Purple Bird deep dive dedicated video. You're going to love it. Alright, that is really it this time, for real. Thank you everyone for joining me here today in this huge Battletech video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, it does help. To all the channel members out there, thank you. because this is only made possible because of viewers like you. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by becoming a YouTube channel member yourself. It sincerely does help. With that being said, what was the news that most excited you? The new boxes, the DLC information for Mercenaries and clans, or even the new videos dropping by the community? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to catch you all down there. What a great time to be a Battletech fan.